So I finally came around and actually watched this awesome speech by Sean Baker. And I absolutely loved it.
Those who don't see indie films as calling cards, those who don't make these films to land a series or a studio film. Some of us want to make personal films that are intended for theatrical release with subject matter that would never be greenlit by the big studios.
I've been kind of like saying this privately, where like I don't think indie film, no budget films should be like necessarily just for like the calling card thing. And you know, people make shorts because it's like, oh, you make a short and you can kind of, you know, get funding for a bigger feature or end up like directing a Marvel movie or something. It's like, I don't know, Kevin Smith talked about this too, how people have asked him like, oh, what would you do if you had like Marvel money? He's like, well, I don't even know what I would do with that. Having the humility to kind of like understand that maybe a $100 million movie is just not something that you'd be able to do. Maybe that's a good thing. Not everybody's cut out to make like a $100 million movie. The higher the budget, the more cooks in the kitchen. And just this whole idea that, you know, it has to make money, right? Maybe 25 years ago, that was a goal of mine. Like, oh, I get a $100 million movie or $10 million movie. It's like, now it's like, I almost kind of laugh thinking that way. Cause it's like, I mean, I love this. Love sticking an iPhone on a stick and just talking. Like, I'm way more about running gun. I love that aesthetic, but I also love just like the freedom of indie film where it's just you telling a story. Very few crew members, only just key people if you need them. Last feature that me and my brother made, we made with literally like 4 people. We had a sound guy help us out in post. We had our friend Rich Myers help us out and be in it, and Clayton obviously in it. But it's just really, it was like me behind the camera. I actually had a GoPro and a GH4 strapped to like a cage. So I literally had 2 shots just with me manning the camera. And it was so freeing. It's such an awesome way to make movies. And, you know, especially like intimate, personal movies. It's been a long time. It's been an absolute long time. And I really apologize. Just been super busy. But that's a terrible excuse. I hate that excuse. I try really hard not to use being busy as an excuse, but you know, it is what it is. You prioritize, and you know, obviously this channel unfortunately is a lower priority right now because of family and work and, you know, having to feed a bunch of people. So anyway, I'm still super stoked about my feature. I'm 95% sure I have the concept and the title. I don't want to divulge too much right now. It checks off a lot of the boxes that I really want to make for this $100,000 grossing movie, gross goal. A bit of an event type concept, high concept that you can do on a low budget. I have to do it, you know, basically it's a no budget movie. So primarily going to be a forest setting, lots of forests around here. Probably more of a horror with a horror comedy. Which is great for genre because I really think horror is the way to go for a no budget to try and do big things with. Stuff like Blair Witch, Evil Dead, stuff like that. All done on a super tight budget and did fairly well. So I have the feature film idea, making a no budget movie and trying to make $100,000 with it. And I know that's a big goal, but I've been actually super hyped lately because of people I've witnessed, an acquaintance I've got to know over Facebook and YouTube, Jay Horton. He's just started a campaign for his next epic horror movie, and it's killing on Indiegogo with the Mahal Empire, kind of working with them. And that stuff's super inspiring just to see the support for this type of genre film. The Apex Predators Club looks super cool. I love the concept. A kind of a twist on what you've seen before. It's that kind of concept that I'm kind of going after here with my movie. Crowdfunding will definitely be involved with this, but I don't want to jump the gun too early and start one before I'm ready. Crowdfunding is a huge thing, but it's also like a full-time job. So I already have a lot on my plate as is. Starting a crowdfunding campaign right now is just not in the cards, and I'm not quite there yet. I still have that short that I started with you guys where I shot an opening and then you guys came up with ideas. I had some awesome ideas. I do have the idea where I want to go with. I haven't quite figured out when I'm going to shoot that part. It'll probably be a little bit longer part to the short. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, check the link in the description. I'll have a link to the opening that I shot a few months ago.